Yep. Alright guys, welcome back. We are back out here in the garage tonight working on the Dart. So, tonight's game plan. We've got a few things. First, we need to figure out how we're gonna bend these down bars for the cage. They're supposed to go down through these speaker holes, but it's not going to be that easy. You got to do a little bit of bending. Jeff's been working on some stuff. He got these are 69 taillights, right?
Yes.
So these are 69 taillights. These are not supposed to fit right up, and he didn't know that when we bought them. But he went to go put them in, they didn't fit, but now they fit. He'll explain here in a little bit how he got that to work. There's going to be like 3 Jeff inventions per video. Every time we come back in here, there's a new invention.
I can show him the transmission jack too.
Yeah, someday.
We'll get to that.
That's really my crown jewel.
I think I still have videos on my phone from the first time he showed us the transmission jack.
Okay, well, you want to intro and just kind of explain?
I already did.
Oh, okay. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, so like Tommy said, none of us really liked the 67 Dart tail light, and they were really in poor shit condition, the ones that were on the car. So when I went to the guy's house to buy the 68 Dart grill, I asked him, I said, do you have any other A-body, any other Dart stuff? He's like, no. And I look down, he's got a set of taillights sitting there in a box. And I go, well, what about these? And he goes, oh yeah, I forgot about those. So anyway, he had a really, really nice set of 69 taillights, so I bought them. Brought them home, and we were really, really excited, so we went like this. We brought them home, and then we went. They don't fit. So 67, 68, 69, 68, 69 are much different from 67s. Basically what you have is, because they recessed the lens, that recessed the body of the light. So when that happened is the mounting surface right here used to be right here. So there's no way for this to go into the car because this just hits everything right here. So essentially what I had to do was this mounting flange right here had to go away and get pushed back in so this taillight would have something to rest on. So I basically came in here and I cut this all out, and then I made a template here, and then so this is an exact fit around the taillight. So I essentially cut this out of some sheet metal, and then what I did is I came in here and welded it in the correct spot, and that gave us something to mount the taillight to, and voila, here they are. Here's one of them completely done. So
when you cut this lip out, it was actually the exact size that you needed to get that depth in there, so you bent it back.
Yeah, what I did is I cut the 4 corners and I actually folded this in flat. So essentially it was this metal here, which was vertical right now, I made it horizontal like this.
Yeah.
So instead of sticking up, it's sticking in, and it actually turned out to be the exact dimension I needed, and I was able to come in here and weld this right to that, and it really, really fits good. I mean, it really turned out nice, so I'm pretty happy with that. So.
And show us your trunk release that you made.
Okay. So one of the things that concerns me about these cars, and people aren't used to this kind of stuff now, but the only way to open the trunk is with a key, and of course if you break that key or you lose that key or you lock the key in the trunk, you're kind of screwed. So,
which we almost did.
Yeah. So I sat out here one night and I was just kind of looking, and I was thinking, and I was looking, and I was thinking, and I said, I think I can do better than this. So I went and got online and looked at some general purpose trunk releases, like for street rods and stuff, and I found this one, and I ordered it, and it came in, and the more I looked at it, it was pretty close. I had to make some stuff, so I had to make this bracket here, and this is basically the spring that pops the trunk, and then this release here. But believe it or not, with very little modification, I was able to get these both mounted in the stock mounting holes. So I didn't drill any holes in the car at all to make this work. And then this is just temporary right now. This is just my test cable.
Test cable.
This is just my test cable, but essentially we can close the trunk, pull on the cable, and up it goes. So this will end up in the car, just like a modern car has a trunk release.
Oh, not out the taillight.
Not out the taillight. So, but it works really good. I mean, so should be able to open the trunk anytime without the key. So.
And so the other two things we have to do tonight is figure out how we're gonna get those down bars to the speaker hole and get them bent correctly. Then we have to take the seat out, right? So, a couple minor things.
That's the plan.
Have to go back.
And I'm gonna keep scraping.
Yeah, you have more scraping to do.
Yeah, I'm not done yet.
Back to this for a second.
I'm gonna be scraping for like 3 videos straight. People are gonna think that like you welded half the car together and I'm just still scraping. Oh, I interrupted you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
What are you gonna say
now?
I was gonna say, like, one of the best things about having him for a dad, just little things like this. I would have never thought in a million years to do something like that. I would have just been like, oh, key, stuck with this forever.
Yeah.
It applies to everywhere. I remember when I first got my Jeep, they have like, Jeeps have really small cup holders, and he built this extension for the cup holders just to make sure my drinks didn't fall over or anything. Just random things like that to make life easier that I would have never thought about in a million years.
I might have him do this on my Falcon because the Falcon's the same way, and its key is really finicky, so it gets stuck in all the time, and I look like an idiot. But yeah,
what's new?
What's new?
Yeah, this was kind of fun. I enjoyed. And I stayed out here the other night for a while until I got it to work. I mean, after I got it adjusted, it really looks really good. So.
And then now it like you made it so it free floats up and stays up now too, right? Yeah. It didn't used to do that when we first got it. It was broken, so you fixed that.
Yeah, well, one of these cars and a lot of cars in this era, they use like it's called a torsion spring, and there's 2 springs that go from side to side on the car, and they basically twist. So right now that spring is wrapped up, or it's actually loosened off. It has no tension on it right now. But one of those springs had just fallen off, so I just had to put it back on.
A bunch of little things can make this car just so much better over time. So many little things that he's done. It's just coming together really well. But
once again, I would have just used the wooden stick and just been miserable.
Oh, I'm still using a camera tripod to wedge mine up. I've been doing that since I got the car.
Leave the Falcon in the shop with him for a week and see what happens.
Every time we need to...
Not now.
Not now.
Not right now.
Too many cars here.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Every time we need to get in the trunk, I'm like, Billy, where's the damn tripod? Because we're always losing it. It doesn't make any sense. People are so confused, but yeah.
Actually this. Okay. Ah! Okay, we're gonna measure for sure. For real. This is for real.
You want to double check? It's pretty close to the back.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. I like it off the seat like it is. Yeah. All right, let's see what we get here. 65 still. Isn't that what it was before?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that'll work. All right, everybody, we're out here at Owens Performance tonight, and we are bending the rear roll bar tubes. Brock Owens over at Owens Performance was nice enough to do those for us tonight. So we're out in his shop. He does a lot of LS swaps and works on all kinds of stuff. That's his Volvo up there on the rack, which is an LS swap. And He's got a whole shop full of fun stuff that he's always into. So if you got something you need around this area, look him up. I'm not sure what his availability is, but he's a really good guy and does nice work. So we appreciate him doing that for us. And so now we can get started on the roll bar. So that's it for tonight. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're finishing up the rear leaf spring hanger. Because we moved the springs directly under the frame rail, the original mounts for the back are also not usable. So these sleeves came with the kit, and these go through the frame rail, and your bushings go in there, just like they would normally. These are polyurethane though. But you have to slide this through the frame, so you have to open up the hole in the frame. And then what's a good idea is to reinforce the frame. So these frame rails really aren't that thick back here. So you'll see a lot of people reinforce this part of the frame. And there's a couple different ways to do that. A lot of guys will cut a piece of square metal and weld it to the frame and then slide this through there. Now, to make 4 of those, because you got to do the other side as well, and to drill a hole this big, it's a lot of work. So what I do is I just get a big old washer at Rural King and open that hole up to match this. So open that. So now we've got our hole in the frame, and what we'll do is we'll take this washer and we'll slide it over like that, and then what I'll do is I will weld around the perimeter of that washer. And it is really, really easy to do this way. It's so much easier than doing a square piece of steel. And then we'll slide these bushings in there, and then this will be done. Okay, so the big washers that I put over top of the sleeve, the hole is a little bit small. This is a 7/8 grade 8 washer, but the hole is still a little small. So you have to open this hole up a little bit, just a little bit, not much. So what I have the luxury of having a lathe to open this up, but you can do this with a step drill or any other type of drill to open this up. So, but I'll actually put these in and do all 3 of these at the same time, and open it up to this size, and that sleeve will slide right through there.
On the other side.
This fits under the light now. So now I'm going to have to tack in place, because it's not going to want to sit there getting one. Oh, it barely hits the light. All right, so now, what did I say?
I don't know.
I forgot what I said. Crap, we got to do it again. You got to start trimming this down without trimming too much. Section. This is going to be long, and that end's really long. This is like 9 to the bend, and we were like 7, I think. Yeah. So I'm going to have to cut this off. I know I am, but that'll be last. So you're going to have to. Somebody have to hold it where it hits the bar again. Should be about there. And watch out, the bar will fall over.
Yeah, that's headed the bar right there.
Is the bar in the same spot right now that it was?
It's pretty close. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tack that bar in. I'm in because I don't want you to push at the top. Because I don't want to break those welds off.
Climb in.
Yep. I want you to just kind of lean on that, the horizontal part. I gotta lean it back like a degree on this side. So I want you to see what I'm doing right here?
Yeah.
I want it. Push them more on this side. Okay. Good. Enough to hold it. Flip it around, get that in. Watch that. Okay, you line it up. Should be about, see that, see that notch right there, it's about in the middle. It's usually I just eyeball it.
About right there.
Yeah, tighten up.
Is it level?
Yes.
Hold on. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Rotate it?
No, it's just, can I go this way anymore?
Yeah. Hold on. Get back with me. Rotate it. There you go.
It's way too tall. But, yeah, it needs a lot. I can't even straighten it out.
You can have one plate. Alright. Don't want to.
Woo, that's gonna be nice.
So this whole thing has to drop straight down, so we gotta go ahead and cut that off. Alright, we're in the neighborhood. We should be about there.
Did you mark it down here to know?
Just perfect. It's gonna be good.
I was wondering if you, I know you had it marked this way, but I didn't know if you had it marked
It should
this
be
way.
about the center of that square.
Okay.
I wanted to get one in
And then match the other.
match the other side. This one is more critical because of, I mean, I'm gonna change all this, but, okay, so let's cut that off. Yeah, because, and it should be going down an angle like this. And when we're done, it'll be going straight down perpendicular with the car. Pretty centered on that?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, look, it's not hitting anymore. Let me put this back up. No, it's not hitting, is it?
No, just right under it.
That's perfect.
I think that's all it needed. Yeah, you're leading.
All right, everybody. So we finally got a little bit of the cage tacked in. Jeff did a good job fitting these up and getting them like perfect. And then Jeff had a friend, of course I'll throw in the clips, who bent these, and they were like perfect when we went back to measure them. They're 65 degrees on this bend, right through the speaker hole, not touching on the package tray or whatever you call it, or the seat. And then we tacked in the main hoop, well, Jeff did, And it's looking pretty snazzy, if I must say so myself. It's solid. It's gonna be great. And like, I doubt, like everybody says this, like, oh, we didn't cut it up or anything. Like we could take the cage right back out and you'd never know there was a cage in it. But that would never happen. Nobody does that. So. Yeah. But I know, yeah. It's good. It's good.
Yeah. So.
Solid work.
Not from inside the car.
Yes, I did. You showed me earlier. You were so excited.
Yeah, but you didn't record it, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, well, let Tommy do it.
Okay. Tommy wants to pull the cable. A little hard in that, buddy.
Oh, you gotta pull the little end.
Oh.
You can't pull the whole black thing.
You gotta have to do that on the Falcon next. Alright, so I guess the next step is finishing up the cage and
What other bars
I think
in front of the hoop? So you got swing outs.
Oh,
Did
that's
we show the
right.
swing outs? The door swing outs?
Well, the deal
I
is
think that's out here.
I wanted to get the main hoop in the right spot. I wanted to get the frame ties that sits on in. I wanted to get the rear bars in, but I'm not putting any bars forward until the car gets rewired, because anyone who's ever wired a car with a roll bar in it, it is miserable doing the wiring under the dash and all that with those bars going forward. So I will put some more permanent welds on these because they're really not going anywhere at this time. And then really at this point, it's time to start wiring the car. So
How do you even go about starting the rewiring process? Just yanking everything out?
Let me show you.
There.
Starts with these.
You just start from scratch?
Yes. Yes.
And
Yeah.
So I've already started on the wiring diagram.
Oh boy.
So
Stuff.
this is the stock wiring diagram, and then I have basically created my own version of it because because this car will potentially still be driven on the street a little bit. I want the turn signals to work. We want brake lights to work.
Of course.
So
Need the hazards to work. That's very important.
Yeah, hazards.
Put the hazards on somebody after you beat them.
They're going to work. So there's a lot of things that I wouldn't normally do on a race car that I'm going to do on this. So I actually pulled out the factory wiring harness, and I'm kind of picking and choosing certain circuits that I'm going to redo. I'm not going to use any factory wiring. It's all going in the garbage can.
You're gonna run out of colors.
But I got a brand new fuse box. I mean, everything's gonna be new. Every inch of wire will be brand new. So that's really the next thing is I'm gonna start. And the other thing we gotta do is the brakes. So
Yeah.
the power brakes are coming off the car. We have everything. We've had all that since like September, and just never got a chance to put that on. So we can start pulling the master cylinder off and all that, and start converting it over to manual brakes. We can start doing that as well. So that's kind of where we're at. And some cosmetic stuff.
Yep.
We do have some important things to talk about.
We do.
Yeah,
What?
you remember?
No.
We're changing the channel name.
Oh yeah.
In a good way. In a good way.
In a good way. We're not
We're-
separating from Billy or anything.
No, we want to keep it either SRC something or something SRC, but SRC photo doesn't really make sense anymore now that we're actually racing.
When we originally started this channel, it was
Like, yeah,
supposed
we're
to
the
be-
photographers of SRC, but I don't even think people would put that together. Like, yeah, you should be in this. So I guess.
Oh my gosh.
I just yanked it out of the can. So I guess the question is, what do we change the channel name to? That also changes our logo that's going to go on the shirts that come out this summer for the Dart. So we're trying to come up with the best idea.
Yeah, so I have shirts already. I just need a new logo to put on them because I didn't want to print off these shirts and then us change the logo, and those are just kind of...
The logo will be similar, unless if I get some spicy ideas, but I do just want to get a different name that makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
Not
so-
like SRC Mopar or nothing like that.
No, not SRC Dart, not SRC
Something that you
Falcon,
know that
something-
it's our own bit of the SRC chain.
Yeah, we don't really want it to be something SRC dart related because you never know like what's gonna. You never know what's gonna
No, we
happen.
want to keep it broad, but
Yeah, broad.
we would
enough.
love to hear everybody's ideas. Hear everybody out. We needed an opinion on something else. Do you remember what it was? There's
No.
definitely something else that's gonna bug me.
What about SRC 2.0?
No, people would make fun of us saying
Billy
we're couple-
said SRC backup crew, so.
we're second string.
No. No way.
Yeah, second string. I can't remember.
We'll come up with something. I would love to hear everybody's ideas, though.
Yeah.
Maybe if you come up with the idea, you get the first shirt.
I could do
We'll
that.
throw a prize.
They're
in.
all- I
That's
have
what
a-
we'll do.
I have
If
a-
somebody has a good enough idea that we want to use, you get the first dart shirt.
Yep.
That'd be a good idea. So we'll do that. So we'd love to hear everybody's opinions. We'll go ahead and close this out. We just flew back in from Georgia. So if you're trying to figure out what the time frame is right now, we just flew back from Georgia for a week so I could edit these videos that we had. And so we just got back, and this is like the only day this week that we're gonna have to work on the thing.
Yeah,
so,
we're flying back out to Florida on Friday.
yeah,
for
if
another
the
race.
weather's good. So and we got to film another race.
Yeah, I know it seems like we take forever to get content out, but
We
We're
literally
trying.
fly home just to get some of this stuff done.
yeah. So
We're hustling, trying.
we tried.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, thank you guys for watching.
Yep. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Will the Blazer make it out alive?
Hey, guess what?
What?
Daily reminder. I have keys. You don't.
All right. Well, I got toe straps just for you.
Okay.
Go ahead. Don't slow down. Yeah.
No, actually, it's happening right here.
You ready for this, bub?
Don't hit my Jeep. I know you don't have control over it, but don't. Oh, he stopped. That's not good. Not yet.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
No, it's not the cops. I wish it was so I could go home. I don't know if my Jeep is capable of pulling him out of a ditch that big over there. I'm moving far away. Oh God, I'm gonna be the one to get hit. Any ladies in the comments also put up with this?
Okay, I'm happy.
Are you?
Yep.
I think your top speed there was 5 miles per hour.
Can't go any faster. It just loses. It goes out of control. It's like 80-20. 80% in the front and like 20% in the ass. Oh.
Oh my
What are
God.
the chances somebody
Tommy.
else did that?
Okay, guys, I just want. I went to our house first and just sat there, and he's like, "Will you come film me?" You did that, didn't you?
Look at the Blazer. You really think that?
That's true. This thing would have crumbled.
Yeah, right. You really think I did that? Come on now. Did you see the driving job I just put on? No way I did that. But now I think somebody else did that. God, sad ways. I love how it hits a bald patch and like the lockup differential is like boom, boom. Like, oh God.
I hope you hear that in the video.
Can you hear it from the outside?
I want to put a microphone under the Blazer for everybody to hear what
Every
goes on
time
under
it
there.
like catches a little bit of traction, the diff locks up and it like makes a loud bang, and it's normal. It just sounds like it's gonna break in half, especially when the body mounts are hitting off the
It's
frame. or the
terrible.
body. All right. That's a good closing.